generation is a generation of many, many misguided people. Assuming youth say that they are tired of the system, so we want youth uprising. By the time you cause an uprising, will the uprising cause a new job for you? It won't.
Hi guys, so I think the last 2 days or so, the MP for Madina, Honorable Xavier or Javier, somebody said Javier, so I'm picking it from the person, Sosu, in an interview, said something that in a way, provoked the youth of this country, or most of them, if not every youth or graduate, right? He said that instead of the youth or some of them being on TikTok and the rest making noise, they should rather channel that energy into starting something for themselves, going into entrepreneurship, right? And I think it's a good thing, he said, but just wait for what exactly triggered the anger of most of these people commenting on this. Let's watch this and come back.
Sit on Twitter and TikTok and make the noise and see whether noise creates jobs. Can you imagine if you're a young person and all you were doing is having a small Indomie joint? That gives you about, let's say, 200 Ghana cedis profit a day. And you have about 10 of those Indomie joints. How much are you making a day? That's about 2,000 Ghana cedis a day. That's if you're just a young person, that's what you're doing. Can you imagine 2,000 Ghana cedis a day? 10 days, how much is that? That's 20,000 Ghana cedis. In 30 days, how much is that? It's about 60,000 Ghana cedis. How many jobs will give you 60,000 Ghana cedis a month? Immigration, Ghana Police Service, GRA, no one paying that money much. So Ghanaians and young people must begin to look at entrepreneurship as a way out of the youth unemployment situation. Otherwise, I fear that we may just crash. And that is the honest truth. But young people don't want to be told the honest truth. I know they should find a job. Okay.
So the MP cited an example. He said Indomie business. And he was saying that, imagine having 10 Indomie joints and then each making you 200 Ghana cedis profit per day. And now it means that you have to, my math is not good, but let's not do the math here. You can do it yourself, right? It means that 200 times 10 per day, right? Now, a lot of people have been commenting. And then over these past few days, I've read a couple of them. But I'm just going to share, some of the important ones, right? Which are also thought of. You understand? Now, starting a business in this country as a graduate is not easy, I must say, because you are not just going to use empty hand to start a business. Now, the business that he cited, Indomie business, let's calculate something. If you want to start maybe small, at least you will need, let's say, a box of Indomie, right? To start with, you will need to buy oil. You will need to, even before all these things, you have to get a land, a small piece of land where you can put your table for this Indomie business, right? And we all know the country in which we are. You go see somebody, there's no land that is free. You go to somebody and say that, hey, please, I want to use this portion. I want to put my table here and be doing this business. Some of them will say that, oh yes, I like this initiative. A young person trying to start something on his own and not depend on government. Okay, then I'll give you can come and put your table here. But majority of them, mind you, are going to demand for rent. We all know about this. People that are selling at the roadside, those lands, even roadside, belong to somebody. And these people are taking money You are going to pay. So add that to the cost, right? You are going to need a cylinder. Even before the cylinder, even when you get the cylinder, you are going to buy gas and fuel. You understand? So calculate all those things. Now, who will give you that money to start? Most of these graduates, right? Most of this youth online making this noise that this MP is claiming, right? Most of them don't have anybody. Most of us, we have limited support, right? And sometimes somebody has sent you to school, paid your school fees. He has done his part. He or she has done his or her part. Are you going to ask the same person to help you start a business? Maybe the person is also having a family. Person is also struggling before he or she was able to help you through school, paying all those huge school fees, sometimes hostel fees and the rest. Are you going to ask the same person? Sometimes you ask, you know, if it's like you are ungrateful. Somebody helped you out of school and you are still going to. No, you understand the whole thing. Without support, you can't do all these things. Now, which bank in Ghana? Well, I don't know, but you can tell me which bank in Ghana is going to give you a loan as somebody like just a graduate, a student, no collateral, you don't have anything to even, put behind. Some of them don't even have homes. You are patching somebody somewhere, and so you can't write that place as your collateral or something. So how are you going to get the loan to start? Maybe there are loans available for those people, but is it easy to access? How do you then get a small capital to start this? Somebody came with an opinion, a comment, right? The person was saying that, hey, people have almost all the youth are now having iPhones, fine, which are over 3,000 Ghana cedis, yet they can't start business on their own. Fine, they have done that. Now it is the same phone which they already have access to that they are using for this content creation, right? And most of them are not just making noise, they are getting money from it. And now, we are no longer using traditional media. This has become the norm of the day. Some of us don't even, I have never bought a newspaper to check what is going on today. You go online, you go to some of these people, their pages, you are going to know what is going on. That is the new media. Some people, just like myself, we have done programs that were having even social media management as a course. And so you learn, you get to know all these things. You say that, okay, yes, I have some talent, can go into content creation, can use my phone. I already have a phone. I don't need to go buy a new phone again. Can start from wherever I am with whatever I have. That is a ready resource. It is already available. You already have access to your phone. And so you see, these people, it becomes easier to get online and talk. And these are not just noise, they are just sharing their opinion. Because some of these government people or officials, politicians, right, when they were campaigning, they were saying all these nice things. They were saying that, hey, we will make it happen. We are like, they were so sure that they were going to create these jobs. And so the people are just holding you by your own words. Now, yes, maybe the current government inherited, some kind of debt, kind of pressure from the previous government. And so they have to sort out all these things to be able to now have it easy to employ. But even to employ, how many, jobs do we have? How many companies? How many institutions do we have in this country? But yet every year, students are graduating. You understand? Students are graduating. And so it has become a very tough situation, which I don't think it is going to be resolved anytime soon. And so the idea of entrepreneurship is nice. I'm not saying what the MP said is not good. But we have to look into it. If you say that the youth should go into entrepreneurship, there must be ways, measures in place to assist this youth. People that want to go into entrepreneurship, there must be a way to support them. Now, I know there are some few people, few businessmen like McDan and the rest that are actually helping, right? They roll out these programs, people with business ideas, when it is vital, they see, the the seriousness in the thing, then they can help. But it is not enough. Everybody who can help, right, should come on board and help, right? Let us all come together and help one another rather than the youth blaming the older generation saying that the youth are lazy without actually analyzing what is actually going on, just drawing conclusion that okay, the current generation is lazy and all that, and misguided, and all those things. They will not help. So please, this is my humble opinion, right? This is my humble opinion. Let's stop the blame game. Let's come together, help one another. People who can provide the resources should kindly provide, so that those who want to go into entrepreneurship should go into it. Because elsewhere, right, in some other countries, if you want to go into agriculture, I think the government provides land, chemicals, seedlings, and some other helps. So you see, it becomes easy. If I want to go into agriculture, I know my father that doesn't have any land. My grandfather didn't leave any land. My father didn't leave any land for me. And I want to go into agriculture. I know that the government has my back. I have to write this letter, okay, send it to so and so, lands and natural whatever, and then they'll give me some portion and say that okay, you can start. Okay, we'll provide you with the seed, we provide you with chemicals to aid your. You see, then I can actually be ready to go into that. But now there's no support. If I want to go into agriculture, I don't have a land. Who am I going to talk to for land? If I get a farmland, I'll have to pay for rent. How do I get the machinery, like the tractors and the rest that will come work on the farm? How do I get them? How do I pay? Getting is easy, but how do I pay them? How do I convince them that okay, when I am done, when I harvest, and like it doesn't work. It is very stressful. So I think that is what we have to do. The government, and any other person that has the resources to support should support, so that one way or the other we can all come to that stable ground, equal ground, and then stop blaming each other. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.